Hello, my name is Andy. I am the village idiot. I'm armed with a car and a GoPro and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. Now, this one is the last one in Doncaster, the 43rd and final parish in the series. And I've had to take cover to start this one off underneath the canopy of a market stall. I'm stood in the town centre here, and as you can see, it's raining very slightly. So I've decided just to take a perch under here. I'm hoping it stops because I'll be doing a lot of walking around in this place. This is Thorne. I'm not totally sure whether or not I can actually go through this gate. It doesn't look locked, but this building appears to be the old library. There's on the door there, I can just about read it from here. It says the old library, and there's a stone underneath that white panel, and that's got a date on it of 1905. I don't know whether I can get any closer to it, but I don't really know whether I want to actually. But that's the old library apparently. Okay, so I've walked down Fieldside, so I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the rest of the route around Thorne. So we haven't actually seen the town centre yet as such. I'm now on King Street. If I turn the camera around, I'll show you King Street. There we go. Now the road bends to the right here, and this is heading towards Silver Street. And I'm going to be heading for the canal. There's a bridge which you go over, that takes you towards Hatfield. I'm going to go as far as the bridge, and then I'm going to turn back on myself, come through the town centre, and end up at Stanleyland Marina before I go up to Thorne North train station. Now obviously with the size of Thorne, there's no way I can cover everything, so I'm going to stick mainly to the town centre, but when I finish the main walk around I will take the car to a few other bits and bobs I may have missed if I have a look on the map. And of course, as always, this is where you come in, because if there's anything I do miss that I don't cover, you guys can tell me about it. Okay, so the churchyard here at St Nicholas looks like it's in two bits. I've just crossed a little road that seems to be between the two. Now, I was going to say something about what looks like some kind of mausoleum or crypt or something like that, that's in that one over there, but there seems to be a couple of them. There's one over there, I'll go and have a look at that in a moment, but there's also one in this direction over here. So I'm just going to have a quick look at both of these, but the one that was in the first part of the churchyard, if you like, seemed to be a little bit bigger. So we'll see if there's anybody of note within these. So as you might have guessed from the intro, it's still raining. So hopefully this shower passes, because I've still got quite a lot of the route to walk around now. I'm heading towards Silver Street, and then we'll come back through the town centre, like I said earlier, to catch the main part of it, and then it's a case of taking the car. And this video will end in Moorends, by the way. It's part of Thorne civil parish. So Moorends will have its own section at the end of the video. Please stop raining. Seriously, please stop raining. Okay, I'm able to take shelter again in the bandstand in Thorne Park. Now, if this looks familiar to you, that's because you've seen this before and you've seen it on the parish notice board. Well done to everybody out there who said this was in Thorne. I'm hoping to make that a regular feature of the parish notice board, and it's good because it's a bit more interaction between me and you. Right, I am now going to go have a look at the lake, which is over here. There's an obelisk there as well, which I think is probably a war memorial. If it's not, it's probably a memorial to something. I'll go and have a quick look at that. I'm not going to spend too long in the park. I'm basically going to go back to the road after this, over there, and then you can just about in the shot see the start of a bridge. Now that goes over a canal, and we'll be looking at the canal as well before we head down to the marina. All right, let's go. Let's see how wet I'm going to get. Well, that's certainly something unique, isn't it? A swing footbridge. We've seen road bridges, and we've even seen a rail bridge that's a swing bridge. And of course we've seen lift bridges as well, but that's something unique to Thorne. Now, where I'm stood at the information board you've just seen, there's a map. Haha, you know how much I like to find maps. So this is going to help me show you where we are and where we're going. So we're there, where the magnifying glass is pointing, just here, and the bridge is there next to my finger. My plan now is to walk back over the bridge, and then we're going to walk along here a little bit towards the town centre. Now there's a marina down here. I'm going to get that into the video, but I'm going to sort of weave my way through these streets first, because my car is parked up here. So I'm going to go this way, weave my way through here to the marina, and then back to the car there. And then you might just be able to see, it might be a bit blurry, Thorne North railway station. Now there are two railway stations in Thorne. There's Thorne North and there's also Thorne South, which is down here. Now the idea behind there being two stations in Thorne is that if you look a little bit to the west here, towards Stainforth, which is here, there's a junction which is underneath the M18. Now one line goes up here, one line goes down there, and this line runs to Hull from Doncaster, and this line runs to Scunthorpe from Doncaster. And that's why there's two stations, because if you need a train to Doncaster, obviously you're going to need Thorne North Station. If you need a train to Scunthorpe, you're going to need Thorne South Station. Right, let's go and walk back into the town centre. Okay, I've got to walk back over the lock because there's no other way to cross the canal that way. The only other thing that crosses the canal now in Thorne is a railway bridge, and there's obviously no access up onto that. Okay, so back over the lock we go. I'm almost finished now with the main walk around Thorne. I've just got a couple of more things to capture in the streets leading back to the car, and I also want to go to Thorne North train station. I'm not going to go to Thorne South train station. I'm only going to cover one of the two railway stations, I've decided. What I'm going to do though, when I've finished the main walk around, is I'm going to take the camera and anchor it to the top of the car again, and I'm going to have a little drive around like I did in the Hatfield video with Dunsville and Dunscroft, just to show you some other things, and we'll end up in Moorends. So yeah, hopefully that's acceptable for people. Right, that's pretty much going to do it for Thorne. I know I've still missed bits as well, even with driving, but it's a big town, what can I say? Right, I'm going to go to Moorends now to finish this one off and finish off, of course, the entire Doncaster district. Alright, so I'm just passing a church here in Moorends. Now I was going to get a shot of it, but there's a funeral that's taking place, and there's obviously hearses and things outside. Now, even though it's not illegal to film that, it's a mark of respect to not capture that on camera, so I'm doing my best to point the camera away from the church if I can. Actually, in theory, it's not a bad thing because it's pointing towards the school, which is dead opposite, which I also wanted to get in shot, so it's kind of not wasted, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to walk a little bit deeper into Moorends. It's your pretty much bog standard pit village, you know, the likes of Burcoats and things like that that you've seen before on the channel. It's very similar. It's laid out in the usual crescents and rings. So we're going to go and have a look at some of the housing styles up here, which is, you know, pretty much the same thing as you've seen before. But I'm heading for the site of Thorne Colliery, which is now apparently a solar farm. That'll be interesting to get on camera. Let's see what we can find. So this road I'm walking on now would have led to Thorne Colliery, and of course that's now gone. We have the solar farm in its place, and I'll see if I can find some pictures from the interwebs to put in the video after this shot to show you exactly what Thorne Colliery looked like. That's it. Thorne is complete, and with it Doncaster is complete. The entire metropolitan borough, all 43 civil parishes of the metropolitan borough of Doncaster are complete. Done. They're off the list. And that means actually that there are only 3 left within South Yorkshire. There are 94 within the county, and the only 3 that I've not been to are the 3 which are in the city of Sheffield, which I've not yet started. So maybe that's something I need to work towards now, to get myself an entire county complete as well. So a nice one to end with in Doncaster. Plenty here, isn't there? Loads. I'll be amazed if this isn't a half-an-hour long video, but it's probably not going to be as long as Hatfield was at 33 minutes, but even so it's going to be a lengthy one. And I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the entire borough. Thank you so much everybody within Doncaster for making this journey from Cadeby ages and ages ago, 6 months ago, up to Thorne, what it has been a thoroughly enjoyable 6 months. Here's to the next 6 months, the next year, the next 2 years, however long it takes me to do wherever I'm going to go next. Cheers Doncaster people, my name's been Andy, I've been the Village Idiot, this has been the parish of Thorne, this has been the Metropolitan Borough of Doncaster, and I'm out.